In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to implement a large smoke area using two CompactSmoke panels and the master-slave relation between two smoke zones. Panel 1 is configured with one smoke zone and has the following peripherals connected: one actuator, one brake glass unit, one manual override switch, one signal from the fire alarm system, and one rain sensor. Panel 2 is also configured with one smoke zone and has the following peripherals: one actuator, one brake glass unit, and one manual override switch. The two panels are working independently now. If I press the red button on the brake glass unit, the panel 1 changes to alarm mode and the actuator opens. I press the reset button on the brake glass unit and the actuator closes and the panel goes back to normal mode. If I activate the signal for the fire alarm, we have the same response. When I deactivate the signal, the panel goes back to normal mode. If I press open on the manual override switch, the actuator connected to the panel reacts and opens. I now activate the rain sensor by holding my hand over to create humidity, and we see that the actuator is closing. Panel 2. If I activate the brake glass unit, the panel enters alarm mode and the actuator opens. I press reset, the panel goes back to normal mode and the actuator is closing. If I press the open button on the manual override switch, the actuator is opening. Stop and close. Each of the panels are working independently. Each panel is controlling an individual smoke zone. I'll now connect the two panels together. I have a cable that I use to make the connection. On the slave panel, I'm connecting one end of the cable on input X11. On the master, I'm connecting the other end of the master-slave cable on one of the brake glass unit terminals, in this case X6. After connecting the cable in the master panel, I go into the configuration menu and select WSK Link. And I can see that the slave panel is represented as another brake glass unit. If I select it and go into the submenu, I see that the device type is WSC3XX. This means that this is not a brake glass unit, but a slave panel. It has a serial number in case I want to connect several slave panels to be able to tell them apart. I need to associate the slave panel with a smoke zone. On the slave, I have implemented the smoke zone 1, so I select smoke zone 1. This is all that needs to be done. The system is configured and will work as a large smoke area. Let's see if everything's working according to the configuration I've made. I activate the fire alarm from the brake glass unit, both panels enter in alarm mode, and both actuators open. I press the reset button and they both close. If I activate the fire alarm signal, again both actuators open. I deactivate and the panels go back to normal operation and the actuators close. If I move to panel 2 and activate the fire alarm from the brake glass unit, both panels react. I reset and both panels go to normal operation. If I press the open button on the switch connected to the master panel, both actuators open. And if I close using the stop button on the switch connected to the slave panel, both actuators stop. When I activate the rain sensor by holding my hand over to create humidity, both panels react and close the actuators. We have now successfully configured and tested the master-slave connection of the two panels. They work now as one large smoke area.